Hey, Kentucky, welcome back. Time to talk a few more topics now. First up, a Laurel County newspaper reported that head coaches, assistant coaches, and band directors throughout the county received pink slips last week, stating that their contracts would not be renewed for the upcoming school year. But only a day after the story surfaced in the Sentinel Echo, there's word that the superintendent decided to rescind those pink slips. Keith, that's at least to the head coaches. We haven't heard if the assistant coaches or band directors have had their pink slips rescinded yet.
And pretty much a shame. They were sent those by email of all things. Nobody talked to them. Nobody sent them a letter. It was through an email. I just don't get this because just like the University of Kentucky, they're planning on a season. Why are the high schools also not doing the same? There's been nothing called so far.
There's also got to be a better way to go about it, a more respectful way for people that are working with your kids. All right, college basketball recruiting is entering unfamiliar territory thanks to the coronavirus. The NCAA has announced the cancellation of 4 regional basketball academies across the country. The camps were established last summer to give the NCAA more control over the evaluation process by taking power away from shoe company-sponsored grassroots AAU events. Keith, certainly Jeff Goodman is the one behind this cancellation.
Yeah, probably so. I think this could be interesting, though, because I think it could make for an interesting recruiting class. I mean, there are a lot of people who, come through in the last minutes during these camps that coaches see that maybe have developed over time. And all of a sudden it's like, hey, what about this guy? Now that guy might slip to another university that we didn't expect and may not come to a big time college. So I think this is going to be interesting to see.
A ton of players are that way. There's a ton of guys that get found at those camps. All right, the renovations at the basketball home of the Kentucky Wildcats continue during the pandemic. Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center is currently in the midst of a $275 million expansion to add more exhibit hall space, premium club areas for alcohol sales at UK games, a new lobby, and a new glass and metal exterior for the arena. This work continues even as event cancellations have led to budget shortfalls that have forced the Central Bank Center to furlough over 100 full and part-time employees. Keith, I'm not sure how this will all shake out if the renovations will continue to go on if this goes on much longer.
I mean, they sound like they're even ahead of schedule,
Yeah.
mainly because of all the cancellations and events. But yeah, they got to find out a way to pay for these bonds. Still $218 million worth.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right. Hundreds of petitions from across the country have been started by students and parents whose dreams of walking the stage or watching their child wear a cap and gown at a commencement ceremony have been dashed by COVID-19. Some of those petitions have sprung up in Kentucky, started by local students and parents calling on their schools to host in-person graduations later in the year. And Keith, I think for the most part, a lot of schools would be happy to do that, but we still don't know if there will be school in the fall.
And so, yeah, and again, when do you plan on doing those? In July or August, right before everybody leaves? And I think it's different too, because you're talking about some of these big schools like Lafayette and Dunbar who do them at Rupp. You can spread people out there. I'm not sure that some of the smaller schools that fit into a small, gym, only that many people can do it.
Exactly. All right. The coronavirus outbreak has also derailed the plans of county fairs in Kentucky. The annual summertime events in Madison and Franklin counties are among the latest to cancel their plans because they just can't pull them off. We're still waiting for a final ruling on the state fair in Louisville. Keith, this is one of those really tricky things, and I think the smaller county fairs understand they're not going to be able to keep people 6 feet apart.
But not only that, I think it makes you scared. It makes you nervous. If you're running something like that, you don't want to be the first to open up and then something happens. So you're right. It's a difficult position to be in.
Exactly. Well, all 66 Kentucky Goodwill stores and donation centers will reopen next week. People can shop and drop off items during regular business hours starting Wednesday. The reopening comes with new safety guidelines, including temperature testing and masks for employees returning to work. Customers are also encouraged to wear face coverings. Keith, good news is there's just more signs of things, opening up.
Yeah, not only that, these type of stores are going to be needed here with people looking for ways to be thrifty in the way they're buying things. Not only that, the one that's near us, I've seen a lot of donations dropped off and some pretty good donations. So it's a chance for them to get those out now.
Absolutely. And there's some good news at an Eastern Kentucky nursing home affected by the coronavirus. Signature Healthcare says 32 people diagnosed with the illness at the Jackson Manor nursing home have recovered. That's about half of the cases there, including residents and staff. Yesterday's news also came that Signature reported not having any new positive occupant cases in the last 12 days or staff cases in the last 8 days. Keith, that must mean they are doing something right there.
And the most amazing part of this to me, 21 of the 27 staffers recovered, have gone back in and are working again. That's pretty special.
That is really special. I love that. All right, tonight's wrap up is next as Hey Kentucky